Today's so exciting because finally I'm gonna have some fans come over. I hate saying fans because that makes me sick because I don't have fans. But it's exciting that some people are gonna listen to the music early, and like this is the first time I'm gonna hear like first responses. Hello! Hi! But at the time when I wrote this, I was so sad because I was like, oh my God, like I've never been in love. Everyone else is like thriving and I've got zero experience. Like what's going on? And so when I wrote this song, it was literally like writing in a diary. The day I wrote Never Been in Love, I went into the session saying I want to write a love song, but then I was like, that's so stupid. Like, I was telling myself, I was going, I want to write a love song, but that's stupid because I've never been in love and it doesn't make sense. And I don't want to lie in my music either. And so we wrote the song, and I think like even the perspective of being like, oh, I'm with someone, it's like, but don't expect much from me because I've never done this before. I think it's really special. And now that I have been in love, it's like, oh my God, like, it's cute, the development's there. I wrote People Watching, it was just me and MNEK, and I think it was our first session just like with each other, so I was like nervous, I was like sweating the entire time. And then he started playing like the bass line and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I remember leaving the session after writing People Watching, and it's about like being on a train and like when you're like on a train looking at people being like, oh my God, everyone has their own lives, and to me that's like fascinating. And I was on a train on the way home listening to People Watching. I was like, oh my God, it's like The Matrix. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy, this makes so much sense. And so yeah, that was People Watching. Downtime has consistently been like one of my favourite songs on the EP. I think it's been one of my favourite songs I've made ever because it was the first time I felt like, oh my God, this is me and like this is what I want to do. And I think when you first start music, you don't know what you're going to write about or like what the vibe is because there's so much to choose from. When I first met MNEK, I was like, I want to be a country singer, and I look back now like, what the hell? I don't know who the hell that was. Whereas now, like even Downtime now when I play it, I still feel that feeling of like, oh my God, like it's so like visually I see the exact same thing I saw on the first day, which was like the bedroom and like me chilling, and so it's just like consistently stayed the same in my mind. There's a part in Fly on the Wall where there's a chord change out of the chorus into the second verse, and I remember Kieran being like, oh, I want it to sound like Janet Jackson. And as soon as he played the chords, I was like, ugh, like, who am I? Janet Jackson? They're wrong. But I remember like hearing that, and even now when I listen to it, like I do a screw face because I'm like, oh God, that's like, I would listen to that in another song and be like, wow. To the second last song, which is my personal favourite, Under the Rug. Under the Rug is my favourite song I think I've ever made. And I don't know what it was about the song, but I did like a mini writing camp at MNEK's, and it was like the second day I was there, it could have been the first day, and we just like started writing this song. And before I knew it, I was like, we hadn't written the second verse at the time, and MNEK had demoed it, so I didn't even sing on it, but I just was so happy when we wrote it. And I left there and there was just a feeling of like, I need to write a second verse. So then me and Ree like got together and wrote the second verse, and I remember we went into a meeting, we were just like playing all the songs and seeing what made sense, and for some reason I was like just vouching for this song. And now I look back and I'm like, I'm so glad, because it's like when I listen to the first demo compared to now, it's so different, but at the same time it has that same like feeling. I think it's just like so much more mature than the rest of the songs. Eventually is, for me, today I was looking at my phone, I was looking back at the messages I sent to MNEK the day I wrote it, and I was like, oh my God, you have no idea what I've just written, it's amazing. And it was my first ever session with Talay Riley, and he was like on my bucket list of people I wanted to work with. It was like really important to me. And we were just chatting, and before I knew it, when he first walked in, I thought I was meeting a celebrity. Like I was literally sweating, I was so nervous. But then before I knew it, we were just chatting and chatting. And when it came to like, oh, what should we write about? I kind of was like, what do you want to write about, to him? Because I just got gassed. And he was like, well, you were talking about this and you said, oh, eventually I should, and he was like, that should be a really good title. And I was like, you're right. And then we wrote this song, and it was me, Relight, Cole, Talay Riley and Chase Mack, and like Chase Mack and Relight, they're like my best friends, so it was like the most fun session I've ever had. But also like sitting with Talay in that session just felt really special. So knowing that I wrote it, and like from the get-go, like we didn't change much from the demo, and it still's like, for me, like such an epic song.